If you want to go somewhere new, you're going to have to become a bigger and better leader. You're going to have to embrace the fact that you can't do anything great alone. You're going to have to realize that it's going to take other people, and one of your highest leverage activities is that of leadership, empowering people to come alongside of you to serve a vision much bigger than themselves and hopefully bigger than you, and then embracing the fact that you can only be good at a few things. So you need to find the people who are good at the things that you're not, who like to do the things that you don't. Where are you going next? You're going to places of leadership. Welcome back to Increase. I'm Blake Anderson. Thanks for joining me for episode 52. So let me ask you, what's next? What's next? If you're watching this podcast, you know it's called Increase. You're here for a reason. You want to see more in your life. You've got goals. You've got dreams. You're looking for promotion, more money, maybe a new business. What's next? Well, no matter how you answer that question, I would wager to say what's next for you is leadership. What's next for you is leadership. So I want to talk more today about why leadership is what you need to prepare for if you want increase in your life. We're going to talk about the qualities of a leader. So if you are looking to make a move and you're ready to move up the ladder of your company or move up the mountain of life, that you know what kind of leader you need to be. And finally, as always, I'm going to give you 3 steps. I'm going to give you some steps that you can start doing today to position yourself for the more that you're asking for the increase that you want, to be the leader necessary to step into the place that you're hoping to get to. So what's next? Leadership. I had a call with a friend of mine just a couple days ago, and he was talking about the things that he wanted more of, that he wanted expansion in his life, some type of new job. And I said, it sounds like some leadership to me. And this is a leader. He's in a leadership position now. But he's going to have to take his game to a whole nother level to get to another level. See, you've heard me say, if you've been listening to this podcast for very long, that nothing great is ever done alone. If you're trying to do great things, you won't do it alone. It will take a team. There's never been a rock star who did it by themselves. There's never been a one-hit wonder who didn't have a team. There's nobody whose face you saw alone on a billboard that wasn't supported and surrounded by an effective team. And so even the greatest names in history that you can remember, that you know of, became great not just because of their own personal effectiveness, but because they could lead a team. And it's a team that will accomplish great things and get you there. So what's next for you? I'm going to tell you what. What's next is leadership. So the second thing that you've got to know about why leadership is so important is because leadership gives you leverage. One person can only produce so much. You can only become so fast of a typer. You can only handle so many phone calls. You can only become so productive. You will need leverage, meaning you will need the effort, you will need the strength, you will need the productivity of a team to be able to go anywhere new and anywhere great. And then the other thing that you've got to embrace, no matter how much of a superstar you are at what you do, that you can only be good at a few things. And to go anywhere great, it will take a variety of skill sets. You see, this solopreneur thing is a myth. There are really no solopreneurs doing anything great. Even the influencers online still have a team of people that are surrounding them, that are handling social media or handling their back end or doing administrative work. You see, you can only be good at a few things. Start a business. You're normally doing everything on your own. You're wearing all the hats. But for that business to grow, you'll realize you'll have to spend more time doing the things that you're the best at. And you'll have to replace yourself with people who have the gifts and skill sets that you don't. So, if you want to go somewhere new, you're going to have to become a bigger and better leader. You're going to have to embrace the fact that you can't do anything great alone. You're going to have to realize that it's going to take other people, and one of your highest leverage activities is that of leadership, empowering people to come alongside of you to serve a vision much bigger than themselves and hopefully bigger than you, and then embracing the fact that you can only be good at a few things. So you need to find the people who are good at the things that you're not, who like to do the things that you don't. So where are you going next? You're going to places of leadership. So I had a leadership discussion with some leaders this week, and we were talking about what are the qualities of a leader? How could we really even define a leader? What is a leader worth following? And of all the things that you could list, we really created 3 different categories of character, things that you've got to be as a leader for people to follow you. You know, you can be a positional leader and have authority and a title and maybe only be good at one of these 3 things. But if you want to be world class, if you want to be the kind of person that people follow, if you want to have more that continues to grow, then you're going to have to grow in all 3 areas of these things. I'm guessing you're probably naturally good at 1 or 2. But if you want to go anywhere great, you're going to have to grow in all 3 areas. And I see them as concentric circles that overlap, and you're looking to find the place that they overlap, and that will be your maximum effectiveness as a leader. So what are they? Well, first, quality of a great leader, you've got to be authentic. You've got to be authentic. We've got to be able to believe what you say. You've got to be trustworthy in your words, in the way that you speak and you lead your followers. You've got to be authentic. They've got to be able to trust you. Okay? Second thing, good leaders need to be compassionate. You've got to listen to and hear the people that you're leading, your followers. You've got to care about them. You know, there's an old adage that says people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. If you want people to follow you, they've got to believe that you care about them, that you care about what they think, that you care about their opinion, that you want them involved in the solution and the strategy that the team is going in. So you've got to be compassionate, right? We're talking about empathy, not necessarily sympathy, but you've got to care about the people that are going there and realize that since your people are your strongest lever, it's your highest leverage activity, your team can do the most when you do it with the teamwork and collaboration of others. Then you've got to get them bought in. You've got to get them to want to help, and they will only do that when you're compassionate, when they know that you care about them, and then they can care about you, and they can care about the mission that you're leading them on. And then the third quality of a leader is a leader takes ownership. A leader takes ownership. Ownership of what? Well, a leader takes ownership of the process, and the leader takes ownership of the results. I think in today's world, we've all worked under some poor leaders who seem to be too results oriented, and maybe they weren't authentic or they weren't compassionate. And maybe it's because the worst leaders are maybe the most memorable. Unfortunately, they cause this deep frustration in us when we work under a bad leader who's not compassionate, authentic. And so I feel like there's been an overcorrection in the conversation these days about the importance of results. But good leaders get results, and good leaders take ownership of the results. Let me ask you this. Who are you willing to follow? Are you only willing to follow the people that tell the truth, but they never win? Are you willing to follow the people that care about you, but they don't always tell you the truth? Or the results are kind of mediocre? No, you want to be on the winning team. People want to be on the winning team. John Maxwell calls it the law of victory. The leader has got to lead the team to victory. You're only going to be willing to follow someone so long if they continue to lose, if the team continues to lose, if the business and the organization doesn't continue to expand. So no matter where you find yourself in the corporate ladder, in the organizational structure, you've got to know that the type of leader that people want to follow is someone who's authentic, someone who cares about them, but someone that's going to take them to victory, and someone who will take ownership of that. You see, the leader takes ownership of the victory and looks around to see, if we're not there yet, what do we need? Do we need more people? Do we need a better process? What will it take to get them there? The leader takes ownership of it and takes the team there, puts the things in place that are missing. So I hope you aspire to be that kind of leader, the leader that people want to follow. I hope you see now that the places that you're trying to get to, the goals that you have on your list for 2024, it's going to require you to become a better leader. You see, you've heard me say that the things that you want, you've got to become them on the inside. You want more, you've got to become more. You want a promotion, you've got to become that promotion. And promotions almost always involve leadership, leading other people, empowering other people to do more. So I want to give you some steps. I'm going to give you some steps to leave you with today that you can start acting on this right now. That you can start doing the work right now that will get you where you want to go. That you can do the work today to get you to tomorrow. So, step one is you need to start right now. You need to be thinking about tomorrow, today, but you need to be thinking, how would a leader do my role? Maybe a better way to put it is, how would my boss do my job? Right? We've got to stop looking to our future and think, well, I'll be better when they give me a better opportunity. I'll do more when they give me more. No, you got to start doing more now. If you want the promotion, you got to prove that you are worthy of it now. Even if you're looking to be hired by a different company, that starts right now. So start right here and right now in your current role. Yes, the role that you want to leave, the role that you want a promotion from. You got to start right now. How would your boss do your job? How would the owner of your company do your job? Maybe you're self-employed, you own your own business. Okay? Well, how would a next level business owner handle it? Think about who maybe a mentor of yours is or a role model is. How would Jeff Bezos do my role? How would Elon Musk handle my role and my company? So start right now. Take your game in your current place to the next level. You'll do this on the inside. Watch another role present itself on the outside. Second step. You need to learn to replace yourself. Okay? What's that mean? You need to create and solidify a process to replace yourself. Work today as if you're going to hire your replacement tomorrow. So let me ask you, if your promotion came as you were able to hire your replacement, could you hire someone off the street who doesn't work in your company now, and could they do your job? Or does it only exist in your head? Are you the only one on the planet that can do your job well? Or could someone step into the role you've been doing and do as good a job as you? Do you have a process listed out that would empower them? Right? So you want to start doing your job better, but then you want to create a process to replace yourself. And even if you are hoping to go to a different company, what are you starting to think? Is it develop in you the leadership skills and ability of a next level leader? Because remember, leaders take ownership. They take ownership of the process. They take ownership of the results. So you've got to start thinking all the time, could I bring someone on my team to do the role that I do now? Okay? And then the third thing that you can start doing right now is you need to equip yourself. You've identified that where you're going is a place of leadership, then you've got to become that leader. You need to get intentional about the leader that you're trying to become. Right? It's got to be important to you. It's got to be more important than your next Netflix show. It's got to be more important than the playoffs, right? You've got to understand that the door to your next opportunity has got the word leadership written on it. And you can only step through that door if you're the leader that can handle that opportunity. So let me ask you, can you handle the next opportunity? Can you do your boss's job? Right? Can people count on you? Are you authentic? Are you compassionate? Are you willing to take responsibility for the results of your organization? Are you willing to be held accountable for the results of your organization? Purpose today to become a better leader become intentional about equipping yourself as a leader. So I want to leave you with a list of some of the probably the most important leadership books that I have read over the last 20 years that has made a huge difference in my leadership. So much of equipping yourself is you've got to bring new information in, and then you've got to take that information and start applying it. So you're going to learn through the information that you read, through the videos that you watch, from the people you surround yourself, and then you've got to start applying that stuff where you are. So here's a list of some super important leadership books. These are formative, and this should be in every leader's library. So write these down. They're in the show notes. First one, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, John C. Maxwell. Must read. Have to read that one. Second book, follow up to that one, 17 Indisputable Laws of Teamwork. I see these things as the match. They work together. They're a pair, okay? 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, Maxwell. 17 Indisputable Laws of Teamwork, Maxwell. Must reads. Third, must read, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen R. Covey. Must read. This is the foundation and the basis for all modern, contemporary success and leadership books. You got to read it. It's dense. It was written in the 80s. It's almost like something you would read in a college program, but these are timeless habits that effective leaders have mastered. Okay? 7 Habits, Highly Effective Leaders. Some more recent ones. Extreme Ownership, Jocko Willink, Leif Babin. Excellent book. Must read. Good read, fast read, easy read, but these concepts are critical if you're going to become the leader that can handle the next opportunity, a leader that people will follow. Follow up to that book. Another must read. Dichotomy of Leadership, Jocko Willink, Leif Babin. Must read. Okay? And then last but not least, 6 Types of Working Genius by Patrick Lencioni. This book is all about people's individual genius. See, you as a leader have got to be able to lead people, and you got to lead each person uniquely. Each individual has to be led uniquely based on who they are, what's their genius. This will help you make sure you get people in the right seat, get people contributing from the right place. Will help you understand your followers so that you can lead them better, so that you can power them, so that you can equip them to help take your organization to the next level. So what's in your future? What's next? If you want more, leadership is next. I don't care whether you want more in a volunteer organization, whether you want more money, whether you want a promotion. What is next for you is leadership. So if you want to go to the next level, you're going to have to become a next level leader. Great leaders are authentic. Great leaders are compassionate. Great leaders take ownership. They take ownership of the process, ownership of the results. So start right now. Decide that you're going to start doing your current role, your current job, like a boss, like the leader, like the owner. Do your job like you own the place. Take ownership of it. Work to replace yourself. Create a process that someone could step into your role. Some of you, if you could replace yourself with the process, make room for someone new, then you would be making room for yourself to do something else. Stop being threatened by the next guy. You can't step into the next place until the next guy can come. So create a process that someone new can replace you. It'll empower your team to grow, and it'll also get you thinking like an owner, thinking like a true leader. And then finally, equip yourself. It's a lifetime of learning to become a great leader. Buy those books that are on the list. It'll change your leadership. It'll change your life. Join me next week for another episode of Increase.